Welcome back today. Welcome, guy. Blah. Oh, that was really bad. Welcome back, guys, to today's Pinnacle 3. That was what I was trying to say. And wow, what exciting games we had just now. Very exciting series. They all culminated into a very exciting final game, each and every one of them. And so we move on to Archon Xixo versus Cloud9's Kolento in the losers bracket.
Yeah, two of the most accomplished players in the Hearthstone scene right now. Kolento winning so many constructed tournaments, Xixo qualifying for every single tournament available for him to qualify in. So just kind of like the tournament winner versus the open tournament winner, right?
Yeah, sure. That's the thing. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how they match up. I think I'm looking forward to actually see what the Sixto Hunter, the aggressive Hunter deck, and also seeing Kalento's weird Demon Lock slash early mid game thing. Yeah, those are the two decks
Mhm.
I look forward to seeing the most. I mean, Druid, we always know what Druids are playing.
Mhm.
Rose, more or less, they're playing the oil version. So yeah, those are the two decks I want to see.
Yeah, I kind of feel like if Xixo plays the Face Hunter and Kolento brings his Demon Lock, it's gonna be a pretty bad matchup for the Face Hunter because there's those zombie chows and of course Mistress of Pain, like the natural enemy of Face Hunter. A one
Oh
four. Oh
wow.
wow.
Oh, wow, just get it out of there. Sixto does not want to play the mirror at all. That is
Hmm.
very interesting. What do you think
Yeah.
about that?
Well, I talked to Sixo a lot when he played the previous Pinnacles, and he said a lot about what he decided to play and what not to play came from his opening hand. So
Uh-huh.
once we see in that opening hand, he wasn't going second, which Rogue always wants to go, especially in a mirror. He didn't have a really good hand, so just judging based off of that, he might have just wanted to coup the Rogue just by the opening hands alone.
Interesting. So now he gets a second chance to get the coin with the rogue by using his coup so early. But now Kolento has a little slight advantage there. He knows that it's gonna be a rogue, so he can adjust accordingly. I guess once again it's the mech mage versus rogue debate, right? I mean, I
Mhm.
don't really druid against rogue always feels not that good in my opinion.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would actually pick mech mage here.
Yeah. Again, it really depends on who you ask. What is better, Mech Mage or Rogue, in that particular matchup? And Sixo, of course, he's not a dedicated Rogue player, but he's obviously a very good Rogue player. He's done
Mhm.
so well on ladder with every single deck, so you might as well play Rogue and win with Rogue as well.
Yep, and Sixto is happy now because he has the coin. Not that he's in the coup, but yeah, I guess the way he used his ban worked out pretty well. Cogmaster top deck for Kolento is going to be pretty good for him.
Mhm.
And oh, that's a good card.
Does he still play the Mad Scientist instead, though? I just feel like the Mad Scientist is like a stronger card overall. But okay, denying weapons, obviously good against Rogue.
We're buffing the Cogmaster too, right? You're kind of racing the rogue because once they stabilize, then you can't really do anything else. And of course, Sixto needs to remove the Snow Chugger immediately, otherwise his face is useless. Well, I mean, you can't tackle his face, right? So, yeah, that's definitely a thing you need to do. So now, when does Kolento play the spider? The spider. Oh, the mad scientist. Feels like it's not going to be seeing play anytime soon.
Yeah, it might be a while. If Kolento draws a 2-drop on the next turn, the Mad Scientist might see some play.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, Kolento's just looking to curve out with the Mechanical Yeti on the next turn.
Turn three. Wow. It's gonna actually prep the sap here. It's gonna
Hmm.
preserve some amount of health, gain a
Yeah.
little bit of a tempo lead, and drop the shade.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. In these kind of matchups, you don't really want to look for value, but you want to look for tempo. And prep, like prep actually functions in a lot of different ways in a lot of different matchups. Against control decks, you want to prep sprint, you want to prep Tinker Sharp Sword in order to kill them. But in these kind of aggro matchups, prepping usually like a sap or an eviscerate or a fan of knives just for tempo plays is usually the best course of action. So just a very flexible card overall.
Yep, but still, the Cogmaster has already done loads of damage. I think it attacked for like 3 turns straight, so that's 9 damage done already.
Hmm.
Wow. Six was forced to use the poison on a pretty much a dull shiv here, right? Just one durability, and I guess to follow up with Farseer is pretty good. So at least something here.
Yeah, Sixo, even though he's used some of his cards inefficiently, he's regained board control, which is what you need to do here. Because he's regained board control, it's much harder for Kolento to get off good blast mages and to get off good mech warper turns.
Right, but still, the Cogmaster did so much damage already, and now Kalento's holding 2 burn spells. He just needs to find that extra 8 damage from somewhere, and he can win. Probably using the Frostball in the Shade, though. It's pretty gross. Decides to play the Mad Scientist immediately, so that, it does death rather to another creature, right? So, that's pretty good.
Oh, he actually doesn't decide to Whirling Blades, this mad scientist. I guess he thinks that there's so many ways for Rogue to deal 2 damage anyway, that there's a strong possibility that your Earthen Ring Farseeker isn't going to attack into my mad scientist.
Sure.
Xixo, really good draw here, actually. South Sea Deckhand, which is kind of like the natural enemy of Mirror Entity.
Sure. But then Kolento also drew Lotham, one of the stronger cards against the Rogue repertoire. Although the Mech Warper plus the Spider Tank right now seems to be a pretty strong ping because you can pretty strong play because you can ping as well. Oh my god, what's happening?
Yeah, tongue twisters in Hearthstone.
Yeah. All right. They're kind of gonna see some here. That's pretty awesome. You can also stab it, charge with a 2/1, and Farseer yourself. It's
Yeah,
pretty sweet.
pretty good play, but Xixo, as we can see, because he's used his cards for tempo plays in the early game to deal with Mech Mage, he's running out of cards right now. He needs to really draw that sprint, and it's funny we say that because drawing sprint in versus aggro matchups typically not what you want, but in this specific scenario, sprint is probably the best draw in his deck, unless Lothab goes down.
Yeah, Kolento kind of realizes that sprint is the only way that Xixo can come back in the game. So the first instinct was the Lothab, but it's not gonna do that instead. So if Xixo draws a sprint here, it'll be pretty sweet. Wow, it's just gonna unload.
Yeah,
Not quite.
that's pretty good though.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. Can't say it's bad.
If you're able to clear the board now, your opponent won't have any mechs in his hand, so he won't be able to activate Goblin Blast Mage. So it's going to be really hard for Kolento to get back board control whatsoever. Goblin Blast Mage is the only quote-unquote AoE in the Mage's deck. So if Violet Teacher comes down, there's going to be so many 1/1s that Kolento will have a hard time dealing with.
Okay. So what's the ordering here? Do you see what the Shredder is first?
I guess might as well.
Well, it is a clean kill. Oh, we're gonna go for the kill on that first. Interesting. Oh, I guess he's just gonna leave the Shredder alive. He doesn't want to risk a bad thing happening.
Yeah, there's the potential for the Shredder to pop out like a Succubus or a Millhouse Mana Storm. So that's like pretty much as if you didn't kill the Shredder at all.
Alright. Okay, well, that's not a Goblin Blast Mage for Kolento, so he needs to find another option somewhere. Lothar plus a ping is probably the play here. Chugga just dies. Rolling Blades on the Shredder to kill the Violet Teacher is also a play.
I'm not sure if can you go for the clear though? I guess the Violet Teacher is threatening enough. It just keeps summoning 1/1s. Ooh, that's
a mech.
That's a decent one.
That's pretty good. And now Xixo needs something. Oh,
that's something.
That's a good something. Oh, it's an Angry Drake as well. And oh, that is good too. Wow. Pretty good draws by Xixo here. Oh, Drake decides to fly down now. Yeah. Oh, good draw by Kolento too.
Yeah, definitely the best draw in his deck right now. Dr. Boom not only is just the strong minion with strong boom bots, but Rogue, as I've said multiple times, they can't deal with it because if you sap Dr. Boom, it just comes back, summons even more boom bots. Sap is essentially, give your opponent more boom bots.
Right. But hey, prep sprint, you might find something good. It's only 4 mana. If you apply choppy, you can actually clear the board here. So let's see what we're gonna get here from Xixo.
No.
Not the most exciting draws. Well, look at this. You could actually Thalnos fan, not quite. No. Hmm.
Thalnos. It's Sixo also has to keep in mind that he's already used both preparations in his deck already, so he can't rely on top decking either of those. He's got 5 mana to work with, and that's all he's ever gonna get.
So no, the other problem with fanning first is that the boom boss might just snipe the 3/2.
Hmm.
So
You
that
could do this. Oh, he's actually gonna use the fan here. Okay, he's gonna
push a
tank some
little bit
damage
of
with the
damage.
Thalnos, maybe.
Yeah.
The
Townsend.
other. Uh,
Oh, that hurts. And now Kolento's gonna drop everything and just say deal with this. Oh, just gonna ping instead and hold the trigger.
yeah, I guess might as well get that 1 damage in.
Oh man. Wait, can Six actually clear the board here? 4.
Four.
I mean, yes. I think yeah, okay. So
Yeah, he
backstab
can.
inside the Antonitis, oil it, and then just flurry. Yeah. I think he still has 1 dagger charge left.
Yeah, now Kolento just has to draw dead for the next few turns, and he's pretty golden.
Mm-hmm. No, very smart Kolento not using the choker too. Like, I would have just played it. So Kolento's top decking. Oh. Not the worst.
I mean, you obviously prefer Fireball, right? But yeah,
Yes.
it's not the worst.
Right. Oh, Xixo is on a 5-turn clock. It's ticking down. Hmm.
Yeah, just fan here.
Sure. Oh, wait. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess you go YOLO now, right?
Yeah, you have to race now. Like if Kolento doesn't draw anything in the next turn, then there's a very strong possibility that 6-0 wins. 6-0, like Kolento will have to trade into the SI agent.
Yep. But
Yeah.
Kolento just needs 1 damage.
Mhm.
Whoa, is Xixo actually thinking about trading here? It plays around Blast Mage. For
Oh,
sure,
that's true.
right? Alright. And it play around Blast Mage, but doesn't play around Norutron, and oh!
Oh,
It.
I guess it didn't matter.
There's the Frostbolt. Boom.
Wow, that's actually like one of the. There's been so many like top decks to win this tournament or to win matches in this tournament so far. That Frostbolt, oh my.
There's also been a lot of top decks that didn't do anything too, right? Remember the what was it? The Warrior versus Druid?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Top decks that didn't matter for like 5 turns straight for both players. It was just a battle of armoring and hero powering every single turn.
Right. So Kolento is up 1-0. Also has a coup available. So the Mech Mage is either going to fix against Druid, which is pretty good, Hunter, which is not that good, and Paladin, which is kind of even, I guess. So I would expect to see like a. Well, the Hunter is actually a pretty high priority pick, right? It's good against most of Kolento's lineups. So what would you pick here?
Actually, I don't believe the Hunter is probably good against the Druid. I'm not sure about Kolento's versus Kolento's Mage, but like it all depends if Anoatron is drawn, right? Like Anoatron is that one card that denies Face Hunter.
That's
And
true.
So okay, so it's gonna be Paladin against Mech Mage.
Mm-hmm.
And we can see in Kolento's opening hand, Noatron is there. So if 6-0 had queued up Face Hunter, then he would have been in a world of hurt.
That's true. But hey, Xixo has a Cog Hammer, so that's oh, denied.
Okay. I think the Paladin was a good coup from Kolento because the Paladin also would have done decently against the Druid, and it would have been done pretty well against the Demon Lock, I'd say. Paladin, it used to be known as a deck that was really good against Handlock, and for the same reasons, I think it's good against Demon Lock as well. Just that equality, board clear, just a lot of ways to deal with the irritating things that Demon Lock has.
True. But also they have a lot of like what's that called? A lot of Death Rattle minions with the eggs and the spiders and whatnot. But yeah, just get it out of the way, I guess. It's just better. I mean, druids and hunters, they have a very hard time dealing with those. But that's for when Kolento loses the Mech Mage. And yeah, so it's looking it's gonna be pretty hard using the druid to beat the Mech Mage and using the face hunter to beat the Mech Mage too. So we'll see if that's gonna work out.
You know, believe it or not, I'm actually pretty excited to see this Face Hunter. Like, it sounds crazy to say, but we haven't seen Face Hunter a lot in tournaments these days.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's
we
just
have.
it's just kind of like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I think the last time anybody played the Face Hunter was Chalky.
Yeah,
So
Chalky
yeah.
played it in ESL. Actually, Kolento played it recently in the Heroes of Cards tournament over this weekend. He
Oh,
actually
that's
won with
pretty
it.
cool.
He
Huh.
actually got in a game where it was a tie. It became a tie, the first ever tie in Hearthstone history, because he was playing Face Hunter and his opponent was playing Paladin, and his opponent like knew he couldn't win, so he had to take like a 50-50, in which he set off his opponent's explosive trap, but the Doctor Boom bots killed his opponent, so it was ended up as a tie.
Oh, that's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. All right. Well, that's probably not gonna happen in this match. Oh, actually, it might. Never mind. It might
Yeah,
happen in this match, actually, to be honest. So, yeah.
yeah. There is Doctor Boom and there are explosive traps, so maybe we'll see a repeat.
All right. So, Kolento here at turn 2. Not the most exciting turn. So, I think this is a good play just to check what kind of hunter this is. And I mean, even if it's an explosive trap, you want to proc it as soon as possible. You don't want to buff a bow or something like that. So, pretty good frostbolt there. But because of the mad scientist, Xixo is now in charge of the tempo lead. Kolento is playing from behind.
Yeah, they came from behind. And Kolento has a turn 3 play, but it's probably not the turn 3 play he wants. Oh, he's actually going to coin a fireball? Like, if you just play the Spider Tank, it trades so cleanly. Or the Misha trades so cleanly into it. So, coin fireball will be the play.
All right, back to Xixo. Probably just like a 2-drop in hero power. This will drop better.
Oh,
Ooh,
or
that is better. Nice. There's the juggle for you. Frostbolt and Fireball was burned already, so I don't see how Kolento can actually clear this board if you can actually choose the cards in this deck.
this is pretty good, though. Mech Warper into Spider Tank.
It's pretty decent.
And the problem is that Sixo already has the Unleash the Hounds in his hand already. So yeah, he can use that right now to deal even more damage.
Yeah, once again, the only AoE that a mage runs is the Blast Mage.
All right, so this play is going to be a little risky if he chooses to pop the spider. I'm not sure if popping the spider is correct here, because if he
Okay.
pops the spider, then the blast mage might come down next turn, and might just like.
But if he
swing
doesn't
again.
pop it, then the blast it's gonna be annoying too. I think popping it is fine.
Okay,
but
yeah,
he just loses it to
this
Hound.
is probably the best because not only does it basically clears the board and also denies the blast mage.
Wow, I haven't seen a worse Lotham in my entire life.
Yeah, like what spells
Lotham
does Hunter
sucks.
run?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't run that card. It's terrible.
Ooh, I guess you buff the Wolf Rider here, or do you go for? Actually, you can actually go for face here. There's no
Yeah.
blast mage opportunities in here, so yeah. So actually, you're
not?
gonna buff the spider, gonna kind of like what's it called? Just spread out his minions in case the knife hits. He has more options, but this is just so much damage. Kolento is down to 5, and don't think that he has anything to save him here. No, Monk. There's no
Annoyotron.
So, yeah, so Kolento's gonna explode, and 6-0 wins the game. With the Face Hunter.
Yeah, Face Hunter prevails. Cancer beats cancer. And I think the very obvious obvious pick from Kolento will be that Demon Lock. And we're gonna see if Kolento draws those Mistresses of Pain and Zombie Chows, which I think are gonna do very well against Xixo. Xixo, if he had the coup still available, he would have definitely couped that, I feel. But right now he's gonna have to play this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's all right. It just depends on what draws the hunter has. But then there are just so many tools for Colento's warlock to deal with this kind of aggressive hunter. There's anti-kill bots. There's also the Nerubian eggs. So that if Xixo does put a explosive trap, that's basically a 2-mana 4/4. But wow, this is actually not a bad hand for Xixo. Not the worst. A 2-drop would be perfect.
Not completely terrible for Kolento either. I believe his deck runs something like 2 Zombie Chows, 2 Haunted Creepers, and 2 Mistresses of Pain. So he could do a little better though.
All right. Kolento's probably just gonna drop this Abusive Sergeant as a 2-1.
Mhm. Why not?
Now for Xixos, yeah, I guess the Leopard Gnome is. Oh, Leroy's
Whoa.
actually in his deck.
Leroy Jenkins. It's a card haven't seen in a very long time.
Very long time.
Well, actually, Reynad actually tried to play it once in Miracle Rogue. He was like, "Hey, why don't I just play Miracle Rogue with the exact same list as before in the Invitational tournament?" And then he unfortunately lost every single game.
Every single game.
Yeah, because like 6 mana Auctioneer, 5 mana Leroy. It's just not the same anymore.
Right. Oh, Creeper is a pretty good draw here. Otherwise, it could have been pretty awkward. The Implosion is drawn, but not really doing too much. I guess you can actually play the BGH as just a body, right?
There are probably no 7 mana or 7 attack minions in Xixo's deck. No, like, Dr. Booms, right?
No, but the only way to use the BGH correctly is probably on the Glazuka Leroy. But by that time, you're probably dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, no.
Glaive, Zuka, Leroy. Wow, that's great thinking, actually. I would not have thought of that.
Alright, is this gonna go for face? No. Argus is always a threat, so yeah. Well, Kolento only has kind of one choice here. I'm pretty much gonna see that on a 2-1. Gonna use these Skittles to probably proc the other 2-1 just to reduce the amount of damage on the board. Don't see him doing anything else.
Sixoplosion, right?
Sixoplosion?
Oh!
It really is. Now, where is that unleash? Oh!
Well, you're a wizard.
Yeah, you're a good wizard too. I guess yeah, we're pretty good at this game, right? Oh! Whoa. Are you greedy, Monk? Are you greedy?
Huh.
Is it time for greed?
No.
Is it greedy time? Monk?
Wow.
Just double the attack.
Okay. So this the problem here is now that Kolento will probably trade all of this into into this Misha.
Oh, what a card! What a card! Now that is a good card.
Yeah, that's a greater card indeed.
Actually, for Kolento might not. Hey, Kolento might think it's an insane card here, but maybe it's better for Xixo that the Wolf is actually played.
Yeah,
so there's more stuff to unleash.
Yeah, more 1/1s will survive. Does Kolento like read into this Unleash the Hounds? Oh, you
Whoa!
actually trade everything?
Whoa!
That's actually pretty amazing. And now like the
That's
greed didn't pay
pretty-
off.
That's a Kolento play, I guess. So does Xixo go for the double juggle here? Could work out. You could also just go to the face, right?
Yeah, you could just bow at the go to face and hero power.
Okay.
That doesn't sound too bad. But yeah, Face Hunter, he's has his opponent down to 28 HP on turn 5. How is that possible?
That's right.
Yeah, that just shows you what a good deck this is that Kolento has to counter Face Hunter. And he didn't even draw like the nuts. He didn't draw the Zombie Chows. He didn't draw the Mistresses of Pain. But still looks like it's good enough.
Oh, the
Ooh.
juggles are gonna not work.
That was close though.
Close is not enough. It either works or doesn't.
Shadow Flame.
Yeah. Well, Sylvanas is gonna drop down here. Kolento is still at 26 health against a Face Hunter. So guys, if you are facing too many Face Hunters in ladder, play Kolento's deck. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, Demon Lock, very good. Like actually, like I think Silent Storm's deck might be even better because his version of Demon Lock runs Void Walkers instead of Zombie Chows.
Right. Oh, maybe it's actually pretty close, right? Because Zombie Chow I think is better against Face Hunter.
It deals with Haunted Creeper better, but besides that, like I don't think the 2 attack is as relevant, right? Because everything in the face or most things in the Face Hunter deck have 1 HP.
Yeah, I guess. Ooh, that's a card.
It's definitely a
But-
card.
See, the problem right now is that Kolento has Argus, so maybe Leroy is the best play. Oh, actually, Xixo sees it. Wow, must have played this deck a lot to actually know. So now
Well,
he has to use the bow as well because of Argus.
This is actually the deck
Nice.
that Xixo got to Legend with this season. Like
Oh
he
wow.
streams his Legend runs at the beginning of every season, and this is the
Oh,
deck he played Phase Hunter all the way to Legend, and so he definitely has a lot of experience with this deck.
yeah. Well, oh wait, actually, is this lethal for? No, it's not. No, I thought it was lethal for Kolento, but
Wait,
not
no,
quite.
it well, I think Xixo just wins now.
I think Sister just won with that play. That was
Yeah.
actually really smart. I don't think a lot of face hunters would have did that instead.
Yeah, they would have done like the way more conservative play, I guess.
All right.
So Kolento just he needs to tap right now. Tap into like an anti heal bot essentially.
That's the only way he can live. Does does he do it though?
Whoa, what's this play?
Um, he's gonna Shadow Flame the owl, I guess. But, right?
I
Shadow Flame the owl. So why would you?
wait, that can't be right though. Oh, I see.
Okay, just play owl as a 2/1.
Okay, yeah. Like if you Shadow Flame the Owl, you can't Argus, and you definitely want to Argus, right?
Alright. I was wondering why. Alright, so yeah, Kolento is gonna push as much damage as he can, but it's not quite gonna do it. KC to the face, and Hero Power is gonna end that. Wow.
Yeah. Wow, Face Hunter's doing some work right now. This might be a really quick series. We've seen like it's kind of refreshing because a lot of games these days are like really long. Like the shortest games are typically like mech mage games against like druids or something, and they go up to like seven turns at the least. But with Face Hunter, you're like, okay, you're dead. So it's just in this meta game at least, it's kind of refreshing.
Yeah, and of course now we have the Face Hunter versus Kolento's Druid. Oh man, I don't want to be the Druid in that position.
Yeah. This is one of those scenarios where bringing more of a rampy druid, more of a taunty druid would be so much better. If you can throw like a lot of sludge belchers and senjins into your opponent's face or to protect your own face, it's so much better than throwing piloted shredders and azure drakes, right?
That's true. That's true. Oh man. Well, it's funny because druids only really have like one style right now, right? Like the double combo druid. The ramp druid is not even really really insane. I kind of want people to start bringing in like ancient watcher wailing soul druid back into the mix. That could be pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, before the Undertaker was nerfed, there was actually another type of druid, the Undertaker druid that
Oh
Firebat
gosh.
and Just Saiyan played. That was
Oh
actually like a pretty fun druid, but
yeah,
unfortunately, Undertaker.
because you have innervate, right? Oh
Yeah.
jeez. What's better
Inner-
than one card that cheats? Two cards that cheats.
yeah. Undertaker Innervate. Oh, I shudder to think of that.
Sixto keeps the abusive just for a turn one play.
But yeah, Kolento has really good starting hand though. Swipes, Wild Growth, Innervate.
You think
Oh.
that's a good hand? I actually think that's not a good hand.
Well,
Oh
now
no,
it's
it's a
a
good
very
hand
good.
now. Okay, Zombie
Yeah.
Chow is actually insane. Cause like if you swipe a minion, you're basically not developing the board, and you're killing something that already dealt damage, right? So I don't actually think it's good to have swipes too good.
Yeah, two swipes maybe not the best, but one swipe is kind of just an insurance measure.
Sure. Like something like a Belcher or like a Druid Claw even. That I would consider that a better hand.
Yeah, fair enough.
So now Sixto has a choice of two. He also has Shredders in his aggro hunter.
Yeah, I guess Shredder is just such a good card that you just throw it in every deck, kind of like Dr. Boom.
Well, what kind of hand is that in Kolento's hand?
It's
What
not
kind of
as
hand is that?
it's not as good as the hand that Savitz got over the weekend. Did you see that one?
Oh yeah, double innervate and double wild growth, right?
Yeah.
And just won the game, like instantly.
Instant screenshot.
Yeah. And he also curved out an inch of lore. That was just pretty silly.
And then
But
he
yeah,
drew a second Agent of Lore.
Druids. You shenanigan. It's gonna prop the explosive here. Could be interesting.
He's
Well, I mean, see, this is why swipe is not that good. Because it's just terminal. You're basically summoning a 4-2 charge. It's gonna keep the swipe instead. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a. Oh, never mind.
Okay, so he's gonna use the Wrath, and he's gonna opt to use the Wrath and gain one health instead of using the swipe.
Sure. But no, I think he's gonna Wrath and kill this off, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And gain 1 health. Sure.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Pretty good play.
No.
Ooh, Harris.
Oh, wow. The Harrison is gonna be big. Harrison and Druid. Alright.
All right, so I think wrathing for 1, it did make sense there because he was just so low on cards that could actually do stuff. Like he didn't have any active cards, and wow, wrathing for
Oh.
1 was probably an excellent decision because, like,
Yeah.
he would have like. Does he just play Harrison right now? Definitely, I don't
I
think
mean,
so, right?
it's just like poker, right? Sometimes you do the right decision and you don't get rewarded by it. It's exactly what's happening to Kolento right now. Trying to fish for more plays, but he doesn't get it. And Mech Warpers, actually not that good. There's no mechs in this
Well,
deck, right?
well, maybe second piloted shredder.
Oh no, not quite.
Oh.
Oh, the Harrison is gonna be brutal here, but no, not yet. No, he's just gonna go for the
Yeah.
abusive, I believe, just because you want to push the damage, right? You can't always guarantee that you have minions on the board.
Hmm. You could like there is an argument for Leopardome though. Like if you Leopardome now, you can save the abusive in case you need to get past some kind of taunt later on. Like you can get past one taunt with the Hunter's Mark, but the second taunt might be a bit of trouble.
All right. Oh, there's one of the taunts that we're speaking about. But yeah, the swipe is gonna clean things up really cleanly. Unfortunately for Kolento, he cannot drop a minion and play a spell. One of the weaknesses of Druid.
No, he
Is
can. He he could have innervated out a Druid of the Claw.
In charge. Oh, he could have done that. Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't that have been no? Actually, no. It could have got punished by Hunter's Mark, right? So, yeah. Ooh. So I guess yeah, Xixo can't really use the weapon right now because if you use the weapon, you miss out on the hero power, and like you're paying 3 mana for 1 extra damage. That's not really worth it. You're just gonna try and save it for like a better turn.
Yeah, in most decks, you want to use your hero power as least as possible, as less as possible, because the hero power is just generally not efficient use of your mana. But with Face Hunter, you always want to weave your hero power in because it is efficient. It does 2 damage to your opponent's face, and not many cards in your deck can are that good.
Oh. Kill command. Well, yeah, this is just gonna probably die to the bow here. We have an abusive sergeant buffing the spider to hit the face. Yeah, that's pretty good. Why not? And now because of Xixo's play there, the Harrison is actually not that good right now.
Yeah, he can't Harrison and clear the board. Actually, he just can't clear the board. Well, okay, never mind. There we go.
That's a good draw.
He has to
Actually, he
Harrison.
still can't clear the board.
Yeah, he can still do it. He can still use the Harrison plus an innervate.
No.
That-
No. Oh. No, if you innovate the force, you can't clear the board.
You can kind of clear the board, I guess. This is probably a better play though.
Yeah.
Developing the
But,
board just a bit more.
Yeah, but we're probably gonna see Xixo play a kill commanded. Oh, actually, you know what? Kolento might win next turn. Wait, is Kolento winning this turn? He has the combo. So
Yeah,
like
so-
7 plus 4 is what? 11, 11, 25. Yeah, that's lethal.
Oh, Kolento even weaves in a hero power just to guarantee that he survives a bit more.
Okay, what does Xixo need? He needs what does he need? Ooh, I think he's dead. Huh. Kolento's druids hold up. Hold up to the pressure.
Yep, and there we go. Force of Nature Savage Roar for the win. And now I believe it's going to be Druid versus Druid, right, as the final match?
That's right. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's expected though.
That's a lot of final matches we're going for today. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, even though we saw Face Hunter in this series, it's still going to be a pretty long series because it's going to go to Game 5. Normally, like, we talk about Druid decks being, oh, it's just another Druid deck, but at least Xixo's Druid has Fugan and Stalag.
Oh, you're right. Oh wait. Oh, we crossed out the wrong thing here. So just yeah. Minor error, guys. We'll get it fixed. Yeah. What do you think is better then? The Fugan Stala combo or the one that Colento's running, the normal one, basically? With
Uh,
Harrison. Oh, so
yeah.
yeah.
So I guess like Fugan Stalag is better than whatever Colento's running, which is Harrison. But I believe if you cut Fugan and Stalag, if you have Fugan and Stalag, you probably cut something like the Harrison and one Azure Drake. So it's more of a question of is Fugan and Stalag better than Azure Drake plus Harrison Jones?
Hard to tell because Adric is pretty good in this matchup.
Yeah. Well, I think actually Fugan, the one that has 4 attack and 7 health, is actually not bad either because druids can't deal with a 4 attack 7 health minion that easily, right?
Right. So the 7-4 is kind of like the Harrison 5-4, and the Adric is kind of like the 4-7, right? So that's a good comparison. Colento's hand is looking better. And Sixo's hand is looking good. Okay, so they each have one piece of the pie, I guess. Just different sections of the pie.
Yeah. Of the two though, Wild Growth I feel is definitely the better of them because
Of
Wild
course.
Growth it lets you ramp for every single one of your turns thereafter, whereas Innervate you just get a one-time boost.
Yep. Well, I guess so Innervate gives you +2 immediately, and Wild Growth you pay 2 for 8 turns, right? 8 turns over mana, so that's a 6 mana thing. So if you do the math, then obviously Wild Growth is just a little bit better.
It's like kind of like when you win the lottery and they ask if you want it in one lump sum or like a perpetuity or an annuity.
Okay.
And
Wait.
if you yeah, so like
But
Wild
then-
Growth is the annuity and Innervate is like the one lump sum. And if you're like greedy, you go for the Innervate. But usually that's not the correct play, right? Usually you want to get money every single year.
But then money depreciates too, right? In Hearthstone, mana doesn't depreciate in value.
It,
Or
it
does
kind of
it?
does. It kind of
Oh,
does.
it does too. Yeah.
Yeah, because earlier your mana is slightly more valuable than later on in the game.
So yeah, that's a very interesting way to put the thing. But back to the match, the person who did cash out the Innervate immediately is ahead of the person who cast Wild Growth just because of the temple. So as soon as Kolento can find a way to deal with this board, he's gonna be ahead with all these big bombs that he has. So he's gonna choose to coin out the claw here and one piece of the combo for 6-0.
Yep, and he still has board control because he got the early Innervate out.
Well, how about this play? You sacrifice the Shredder, so you maintain the 4-2 of the for the. Oh, he does it. Yeah, nice. I like it.
Ooh.
Oh, that is so deadly.
Yeah, that can be either like really good or really bad. If there's swipe in Colento's hand, it's really, really bad. But we can see no swipe.
Oh.
So that's like a free Azure Drake kill.
It's a Jungle Panther. Wow. What a card for 6-0. And he also drew the Shade too, so that's even better, right? Now he can fill his curve.
Yeah, not bad.
I think the threat of swipe just means that you use the Patient Assassin immediately, right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
usually how I do it. Right? It just-
He drew one card off the Azure Drake, plus he's gonna draw another card one turn later. So 2 more chances to get that swipe. So you just
Okay.
want to be way more safe than sorry.
That's right. And well, this is not. This is. Ugh.
Bad. Yeah.
This is just yuck, you know.
Yeah, this is one of the rare circumstances where that Innervate really pays off. And also playing BGH as a 4-2 really paid off. It's gotten, I believe, 8 damage done already. Oh man,
Well,
BGH
not
is
really rare, right? Sometimes Innervate just seals the game completely, right? Wild Growth does help out if you, well, 1, have a good curve with taunts and whatnot, and 2, you actually get to go to the late game. So I think Savage Roar is going to actually see play here. Oh man, it's so brutal.
yeah. Brutal
Right.
indeed.
Well, actually, is it lethal? What's 6 plus 5?
That's lethal. Oh wow.
6 plus 5 is lethal, man. It's gonna end
Wow.
on. I guess we're not gonna have a quick end series there.
Yeah, and wow, Kolento, the first out of this tournament in Group B.
Ouch. Alright, Kolento is out. I don't think anybody expected that, but Xixo, yeah, he did play pretty well. And actually, I think Xixo brought the Face Hunter, and of course, the Face Hunter already was the kind of the preparation going into the games that shined, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, so far it does feel like the Face Hunter is the MVP. Xixo has had the Face Hunter banned in in the first series, and in the second series it took 2 games. So overall, definitely a good decision so far.
Yeah. I guess Sixto's Face Hunter style kind of migrated into his Druid, and the Druid actually was the quickest win he got in this series. Kolento's going to drop out the series. We hope to see him join another Pinnacle perhaps maybe soon. But now we have to move on to the last match of the day, Xixo versus Gara. That's going to be exciting, guys. We're going to be going to a quick break, and hey, we might see a new spare part come out. If not, then well, Monk will tell us what the last spare part was used. So we'll be right back, guys.